Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to focus on this Lennox Afghan motif, and this is motif B, and this again is a very simple one here. There's lots of lace work, very easy to maintain, and what I've done as well is that I've kind of kept the colors consistent, but of course the color options are completely up to you. Today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to do this completely, but at the end of the tutorial we're going to want to put your Afghan together just like so. What I recommend, that I've been saying in all of them, is get all of the ones done from the second last round, and then before you're doing the attaching, make sure that you have all of the kind of set up the way that you want to. There are 6 different large motifs, and because there's 6 different ones, you may want to strategically place them, and so it's easier to lay them down and then do the final round. The final round for each one of these are identical to each other so that they perfectly attach to each other, but the question is, where exactly do you want them on the Afghan? So today's tutorial I'm gonna teach you how to do this one. This one again is really quick. So let's begin next. So let's begin, and we're doing a magic ring that is explained in the tutorial sample in the actual pattern itself, and then basically we want to start off with the straggler coming down in front of your hand. Put 2 fingers out and put it up over your hand like so. So it becomes on an angle right here. Insert your hook underneath the first one, grab that second one, and then just get that second one again just toward the back of your hand and pull it through to lock that ring into position. Okay, you can now let it go, and then basically you just have to position this ring just like so. Whenever you're crocheting in this ring, you gotta make sure you get both strings underneath the stitches so that you can pull it nice and tight. Let's begin our first round. Round number 1 is really easy. We're just gonna start off by chaining 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That counts as a double crochet plus a chain 1. So in the rules of crochet, whenever you chain like that, chain 3 counts as a double crochet. So by chaining 4 you have a double crochet plus chain 1. We want to double crochet into the center of the ring, and then each time you double crochet just chain 1 afterward, and then double crochet again into the ring, and then chain 1, double crochet into the ring, and you want to do a total so that you have 8 of these spokes of these posts going all the way around. It's very important that you keep stitch counts with these particular motifs because they are attaching to each other. You don't want to lose count. Okay, so we got 1, 2, I'm counting the posts, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and chain 1. I'm going for 7, chain 1, double crochet back into that again, chain 1, and I have 8. I know I do, but I'm gonna count anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and now I'm ready to join it to the beginning of the third stitch up. So we chain 4, only go to the third one for a slip stitch, and before you go anything further, grab that straggler that's in behind and pull it, and it will make that center nice and tight. Like so. I'm only gonna show you one time on how to fasten off throughout this whole tutorial. Here it is. I'm just gonna grab the scissors, cut it, yarn over, pull the string through, and then just weave it in to the stitch work that you can find. Your next round it's going to start trapping this straggler into position so that it should never fall out on you afterwards. So just go around maybe about 1 inch or 2, actually about 2 or 3 inches I should say. 1 inch is not enough. So once you have that done, just let's cut off these strings so they're out of their way for tutorial purposes, and I would do it if I were you too, and just trim and trim, and you're now ready for round number 2. Let's begin our next round, and we're gonna start off with a slip knot. I'm using lavender this time around, and what we want to do is create V stitches that are in between all of these chain 1 spaces. So so just go into any one, it doesn't matter, it's all equal, go in right to a space, fasten on. Just attaching and pulling things through. I like to do it this way, it likes to secure it, and I need to chain 5. So let's begin. So 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that counted as a double crochet plus chain 2, and then we double crochet back into the same space. Okay, and now let's move along. So we're gonna go to the next chain 1 space, double crochet first, and then chain 2, 1 and 2, and then double crochet again into that same space. We want to do that all the way around into the same thing. So just go to the next chain 1 space. So double crochet, chain 1, and then double crochet. and please do that all the way around. So I'm coming up all the way back around. I'm gonna just finish off my last V-stitch in here, and I wanna make sure there's still 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then we just wanna slip stitch to the 3rd chain up. So 1, 2, 3, up to the 3rd. So we chained 5 originally to start because that counts as a double crochet plus chaining of 2. So if you go all the way to the top of the 5, you're gonna lose your last one. Please just fasten this off, and I'll see you back in a second. We'll start the next part. Let's begin our next round. We're just simply gonna start off with another slip knot, and we want to join it in between the V-stitch. So just right into the chain 2 spaces, just like you see. Okay, so right in between the V-stitch and join. We're then going to chain 1 and then single crochet into that same space like so. Okay, now what we have to do is chain 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and coming into the next middle of the V, which is right here, just single crochet. That's all we gotta do with this round. So again, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, coming to the next middle of the V and single crochet. Please do that. You should end up with a total of 8 of these loops by the end of this round. So just finishing up my last 9, and I want to slip stitch to the beginning single crochet that we started with. So you should have a total of 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and now we're ready for the next round. And I'm gonna keep the color the same. It's up to you if you want to change it. To begin the next round, we need to slip stitch 2 chain spaces over on this chain 9. So just reaching over, just get and slip over by 2. 1, and go to the next one for 2. And now we're ready to begin the next round. So we can't start off right in the center. It's kinda like the other motifs where you want to continue to make it look consistent. So what we want to do then is chaining of 3. 1, 2, 3. That counts as a double crochet, and I want you to double crochet 4 more times in this same chain 9 space. So if the chaining of 3 counted as 1 double crochet and I'm double crocheting 4 more, that means that there's a total of 5 within this. So once I have that done, what do I do next? Well, what I have to do is that you have to chain 2 after you get your a group of 5 done, and then just reach over for the next chain 9 and just immediately just start double crocheting 5 more times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then once you have that done, chain 2, 1 and 2, reach over to the next chain 9 space and another 5. Please do that same thing all the way around. So I'm coming up all the way back around. I got my group of 5 in here. I still have to chain 2 and then slip stitch it to the top of the chain 3 that we started with, and please fasten that off. You should have 8 groups of 5 going all the way around at this point. Okay, in the next round what we're going to do is that we're going to play within the middle one of the group of 5 and then also the chain 2 space. So let's grab on our next yarn here and create a slip knot, and we're gonna do 2 rounds of this green. Again, the color choices are up to you. So start off in a chain 2 space, doesn't matter which one, just choose one and then just join it, and then just chain 1, okay, and then single crochet into the same stitch or same gapping space, chain 2 space. Now what we're going to do is chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and we're gonna go to the middle one of the group of 5. It says to skip over 2. Well, that's the middle one. So here we go. So single crochet into the middle one and then chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This time it's into the chain 2 gap. Next one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Middle one of the 5 for a single crochet, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's a chain 2 space. So continue to do that same thing all the way around. So I'm coming up all the way around. I still have to do a chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then I'm just going to join it to the beginning single crochet as a first slip stitch. Now what I want to do is I want to keep this color the same for the next round. Again, the color choices are up to you, and I'm going to start off with using the same color next. So let's begin the next round. I want to chain 1 first and then 5 single crochets into this first chain space. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, and all you're just gonna do is in the next chain space put another 5. So you don't do anything with this middle section in the middle. Okay, there's 5 and then the next one is another 5. So continue to do that same thing all the way around. I'm just putting in 5 and that's just a fiber. So just continue to do that and I'll see you back in just a moment. So 5 single crochets into each one of these chain spaces. Once your 5 are done in the last one, you're just gonna slip stitch to the beginning one. Remember that we chained 1 to start with, so make sure you are slip stitching to the very beginning single crochet and not just to the chain 1, and then fasten that off and we're ready for the final round, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a sec. So here's the final round just like so, and the final round has this beautiful edging. Now all of the motifs on the ones on the outside of the afghan, they don't attach to anything, but the ones on the inside do. And so the motifs actually kind of sit like this. So you have like these two would be exposed and these two would be attached to a neighbor. So what I recommend is that you do all of your motifs, all of the large ones, all of them, all 6 different styles, all the way to the second last line, and then wait for it. And then what I would do is put these on a table and put them down. And what I've done is that all of the motifs have the same ending. Okay, so all of the stitching it works out. Now the only difference is that the stitch counts and where they're going in, because each of the second last round is different from each other, from all 6 different styles, is that it's the only placement is the difference. So what we want to do with this one is that we want to make sure that we have motifs ready to go to be attached just like this. Okay, so the large motifs, they will attach to each of the large motifs, and the mini connectors then attach in the middle, and you leave the mini connectors until the very end when you're going to do stuff like that. So today I'm going to show you how to do it so that you can do a nice one like so, and then I'm gonna work it around and then I'm gonna start attaching it to a neighbor in order to make it work out as well. So let's begin to get ready. Now I noticed on this one here, I'm reading the instructions. It's amazing what you can read even though you do 2 examples. You still follow this thing and you still write a book. And what I realized here is that where these are joining here, in actual fact it should have been in the middle of a grouping of 5. But you know what? I don't really care. It looks actually pretty decent on its own. So you know what? Sometimes you just gotta use your own creativity when it comes to do it. For tutorial reasons I'm gonna put it in the right spot. So all it just means is that instead of it being the middle right in between one of these, it's just gonna be moved over just slightly, and really it doesn't make that much of a difference. So let's begin to do the next part. So let's begin. We're going to create a slip knot to start with. And the outsides are identical, so if this is not your first education one, this you will be familiar with what I'm about to do. So right in the 5 double crochets that you have, or 5 single crochets right in the middle that you have in a section, go for the middle one. Okay, and I want you then to chain 5. Okay, so we're just gonna attach, and the chaining of 5 counts as a treble plus 1 chain. So let's just start chaining up 5. So 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 5. So that's a treble plus 1, and I want to come into the same spot with the treble, so I wrap twice into the same stitch and then chain 1 and then wrap twice and put in another treble. So there's always, in these corners, there's always 3 trebles with a chain space between each. So now we're gonna move through the stitch work that you see, and we're gonna get smaller. So the next 2 are going to be double crochets each. So 1 and 2, and then the next one is going to be a half double. Okay, and so then what we have is that the next 2 are going to be double crochet, and this takes you back to the middle section of the grouping of 5, and we're going to do another corner. So we're gonna wrap again for twice for a treble, chain 1, do another treble, and this time I'm going to attach it to a neighbor. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my example back up that I have over here, making sure the right sides are facing up, and if you, in this case right here, I can only attach it to one of them, because in order to attach it to, there has to be one down over into this section. So I'm only gonna attach to one, at this spot. So what I want to do at this point is that I want to pull my hook out, pinch the loop so it doesn't go anywhere, and go to the adjacent one that is ready for you. Okay, so we just want to go to the adjacent one right there, coming straight down into the same double or treble crochet that exists on that one. Pull the loop through, and if you've done the other videos you know exactly what I'm talking about at this point, and then chain 1 to lock it, and then treble back into the same spot. Okay, so let's work along another edge, and so then I'll show you how to attach the second one. So the next two are 1 doubles each, 1 double crochet each. Okay, the next one is a half double. Okay, the next 3 are singles, single crochet, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, the next one is a half double. Okay, and the next 2 are double crochets each, bringing you to the next middle of the next grouping of 5. So we start off with the treble first, followed by a chain 1, and do this next treble, which is the middle one of the 3. Okay, pinch, go back to your one that you've already joined to, and come to the next one available to you right into the center, coming straight down on the front, on the right side, pulling the loop through, lock it by chaining 1, and then treble back in to the same spot. So then you just continue to round as normal. There's nothing more to attach to on this particular one, and so then the next ones are 2 doubles in a row. Okay, the next one is a half double. The next 3 are singles. So we've designed each one of the edging to be the same so that you didn't have to really burn any brain cells. So okay, so the next one is a half double. The next 2 are doubles, which then takes you to the middle section of the next grouping of 5. And so you still do your corners as normal. That was not one of them. We want to do a treble as a corner, followed by a chain 1, another treble into the same stitch, chain 1, and then a final treble. So basically this is how you would do it if you were not attaching it, so that you have the consistency, and then basically you can see that I've just attached to the neighbor like so. So please go all the way around and finish that off, and I'll see you back and we'll just review our work one more time, and then I'll let you go for today. So let's begin the final round. We're gonna start off with a slip knot, and what I want you to do then is grab into the middle one of the group of 5. Okay, just like so. So it doesn't matter which one as long as it's the middle. And insert and attach, and we're going to start off by doing one of the corners first, and we're going to be chaining a 5. So 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then coming back into that same stitch we want to treble. So wrap twice to do your trebles, and treble back in, and then chain 1, and then treble again. So the chaining of 5 that we started with is actually 1 treble and a chaining of 1. So let's begin. We're going to start making our way to get more narrow as we do a flat edge of your octagon, and the next 2 are going to be double crochets each. So 1 and 2, and then the next one is going to be half double crochet, so we're gonna get smaller, and then the next 3 are 1 single crochet each. So 1, 2, and 3, and we're gonna get bigger again, so it's gonna be a half doubles to get bigger, and the next 2 are going to be 1 doubles each, 1 double crochet each, like so. Okay, and the next one is the middle one of a group of 5, and it is another corner. So we're gonna start off by doing a treble, chaining of 1 and another treble, and this is the center one of your corner. But what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna show you how to join. So we want to grab up to the next one that is ready to go, and basically we can only attach where they're available to us. So in this case I only have 1 here, because when I hold it up, right, there's nothing on top of it over here in order to attach to. So I'm only gonna attach it in 2 spots. To do the attaching, all I'm just gonna do is I'm just going to reposition this in my hands, and I'm going to pinch, and I'm going to go to the next one that's available to me and go to the middle one of the treble, okay, and just from the straight or from the right side down into the top of the treble, and then pull through, chain 1 to lock it, and then do the final treble of this corner that we were working on to secure it. So basically one of the corners is now permanently attached to the other one. So let's go along the flat edge. So then it's gonna be 2 doubles in a row. We're gonna get smaller by doing another half double, just 1, and then the next 3 are single crochets each. 1, 2, and 3, and then we're gonna get bigger again. So half double, 2 doubles in a row, so 1 into each, and now we're ready for another corner. So to start it, we're gonna start with a treble, chain 1, okay, treble again, and now this is the middle one of the corner. Pinch it, come back down to that same one that you're joining to, and go to the next point over to the top of the next treble, to the middle treble, pull through, chain 1 to lock it, and then treble again into where we were. And so that officially has those attached to the neighbor. So you're just gonna continue to go all the way around as normal because there's nothing more to attach to, and basically it's really quite easy. So it's gonna be a double crochet into the next 2, followed by a half into the next 3 are singles, 1, 2, 3. The next one is a half as we get bigger again. The next 2 are doubles, and we're back into the middle section of another group of 5. This is a corner, so if there's something to attach to, it's the middle one. So it's a treble, chain 1, treble, and I attach it if there's something there for you to attach. If not, just chain 1, treble back in, and continue that same thing going all the way around. Please finish that one off, and you can check your work, and I'll be right back. So when you're coming all the way back around, you're just gonna be finishing it off as you normally would. So this will be 3 singles in a row. So you're still following the pattern. Next one is a half double as we get bigger again, and that means that the final 2 that we ended up with shall be 1 double crochet into each, like so. And then what you have to just do then is just fasten it off to the third or to the 4th one up. Remember we chained off 5 then when we did that, so we have to go to the 4th because if you go to the 5 then it's at the top and you miss that whole spacing that you need for the corner. So please fasten that off, and basically you are done for today. You can move on to the next motif if you're working on stitchcation, and of course you know you can always do a whole afghan just with this one design as well. You can change it a gazillion times I'm sure, and it's still a lot of fun. Till next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of Yarnspirations as well as the crochetcrowd.com. We'll see you. Bye bye.